absolutely love Portland, Oregon, but it has a secret that not many people know about. But to show you, I'm gonna have to walk over to one of the rarest bridges in the country that's completely shut down right now because there was something slowly destroying it from the inside and nobody could see it. The structural beams holding up the road were giving out, while 30,000 cars were crossing it every single day. To understand why that happened, you need to understand what this bridge actually is, because it's not a normal bridge. So here we are at the Broadway Bridge that was opened in 1913. This bridge uses a unique design called Rowell-type bascule, basically a giant drawbridge, but the way it opens is completely unique. There are only a handful of these left in the entire country, and the Broadway is the longest one in the entire world. Now I'll show you how it works when we get to the middle of it. Pedestrians are still allowed. But the thing that makes it so rare is exactly what made its problem so dangerous. Here it is, we're on the bridge. See those massive concrete blocks? Those are counterweights, 2 on each side, sitting above the road, and each one weighs over 1,250 tons. And they balance the deck. The whole thing works like a giant seesaw. Now when a ship needs to pass underneath, the whole deck tilts up on each side, and those counterweights roll back on giant steel wheels. But here's the thing about a seesaw, it only works if the balance is perfect. About 20 years ago, the county replaced this old steel deck with a newer material, a fiber-reinforced polymer. It was supposed to be lighter, more modern. Over time, that new material started cracking, and water got inside of it. This deck was slowly soaking up water and getting heavier, and that started throwing the balance off a 2,000-ton seesaw. And then the structural beams, they started to fail. The county was doing emergency patches just to keep this thing open, while the beams holding up this road started deteriorating from the inside. So now they've closed this bridge to work on a long-term fix, but here's what makes this repair so wild. They can't just rip off the whole deck and start over. The bridge is legally required to stay operable for ships on the river even during construction. So they're doing it one tiny section at a time, carefully removing and replacing each piece to keep the bridge perfectly balanced throughout the entire process. $22 million and 6 months of construction on a living bridge. Now there is one more thing that's concerning. Even after they fix the deck in a major earthquake, the Oregon Department of Transportation believes that this bridge will collapse. The piers, the columns, the supports, none of it was built for a major earthquake. Here's some cool facts. This bridge was originally painted completely black. Gave it this red color in 1963. They call it Golden Gate Red. Streetcars crossed it since the day it opened until 1940, but then the tracks got ripped out. 72 years later, the streetcar came back. This bridge has reinvented itself over and over for more than a century.